A woman gives up everything for a man. Her family, her home, her entire life gone, and he leaves her anyway. What she does next shocked audiences 2,500 years ago. It still shocks them now. Let's talk about Medea. It's genuinely one of the most unsettling pieces of drama ever written. And I think the reason it unsettles us is that Euripides refuses to give us a monster. Instead, he gives us a person we can relate to. The setup is this. Medea is a sorceress, a foreigner, a woman who by any conventional measure of the ancient world has no real standing on her own. She grew up in Colchis, on the far eastern edge of the known world. And when Jason arrived, that Jason, the Argonauts, the Golden Fleece, all of that, she fell in love with him. Catastrophically, as it turned out. She used her magic to help him succeed. She betrayed her own family. She fled with him to Greece. She gave up everything to marry him. Then, some years later, in Corinth, Jason decided to not be married to her anymore. He's had a better offer, you see. The daughter of a king, a Greek girl, someone respectable. And so he tells Medea, with the kind of breathtaking self-regard that only truly mediocre men seem to manage, that this is actually for the best, that she should be grateful, that he's done rather well by her, all things considered. Medea's response to this is the play. What Euripides is doing in the first half of the drama is something that feels almost radical. He's making Medea right. Her anger is not the raving of a foreign witch. It's the entirely reasonable fury of someone who's been devastatingly wronged and has no legal recourse whatsoever. She can't go home, she has no family, she has no status without a husband. Jason has, in the most thorough sense possible, destroyed her life, and he thinks she should be grateful. The chorus, the women of Corinth, are on her side, which is worth noting. This is a Greek tragedy written for a Greek audience, and the women are right, and the Greek man is wrong, and everyone more or less knows it. Then comes the pivot, and it's one of the greatest pivots in all of literature. Medea decides to act. She is going to make Jason feel what loss actually means, and the plan she arrives at, horrifically, is to kill the children they share. Her own children. Not because she doesn't love them, she does, overwhelmingly. The play makes this almost unbearably clear. She loves them and she does it anyway. And Euripides puts the whole of that contradiction right in front of us and asks us to sit with it. There's a speech where she goes back and forth, moment by moment, on whether she can actually go through with it. She looks at their faces. She holds their hands. She talks about their breath, their skin. And then she decides she has to do it. Because she says, Jason will hurt them anyway. The world will hurt them anyway. And she will not leave him with the thing he wants the most. She will not let him win. When the deed is done, she appears above the stage on a dragon-drawn chariot. Because she is, after all, the daughter of a sun god. And Jason stands below, broken, wanting to at least bury his children, wanting something, but she won't give him even that. She's going to Athens. She has somewhere to be. Euripides was apparently booed at the premiere. Not surprising, really. What I find extraordinary, every time I come back to this play, is how contemporary it feels. Not in a superficial way, but in the specific way it understands what it means to strip someone of everything and then be surprised when they become someone you don't recognise. Medea is not a lesson about a woman scorned. She's a lesson about what happens when you treat a person as though they are nothing. Jason wanted a story in which he was the hero. Euripides wrote him a different one. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the Literary Buffet for the 20-minute deep dive and the 45-minute sleep story version of Euripides Medea, and 5-minute versions of other classic literary tales.